Afternoon, colleagues, and welcome to this afternoon's Cabinet meeting. Welcome to everyone. This is an extraordinary Cabinet meeting. It's been live streamed to the Cheltenham Borough Council YouTube channel. That recording we have for 4 years, the members are aware. And welcome to any members of the public that are watching. We've got the members of the public present, so I'll move straight on. We've got apologies that have been recorded. We can over it there for now. Yep. And declaration of interest. Does any member got any declaration of interest? I see no hands. So I'll move down to the first agenda item, which is the General Fund. Oh, hang on a second. No, minutes of the last meeting, I beg your pardon. Before I move on too quickly. Minutes of the last meeting. Are colleagues happy with the minutes of the last meeting? Can I have a show of hands to that they're in support? Thank you. We've got no public questions or member questions for this meeting. So now I'll move on to the reports, and they're both with me today. And the first one is the final general revenue and capital budget proposals for 2024, 2025, and the quarterly budget monitoring report. Colleagues, first of all, my apologies for this meeting to be arranged at an extraordinary time. To be fair, this would normally happen, and we'd agree this paperwork at our last Cabinet meeting. There was a changing dates that was requested, I think, 12 months ago. But you'll also recall that government made some last-minute funding support announcements for local authorities, and that information came through rather late. So rather than trying to rush things, it was prudent to actually take our time, get the budget right, and so have a meeting here now on an extraordinary basis. The paperwork has been circulated. I'm not intending to have a great speech on the paperwork now, because obviously we've got our budget meeting in a couple of hours. But I'm happy to take any questions. I'll open up to colleagues. No. Oh, Councillor Wilkinson.
Thank you, Deputy Leader. Just a quick question about the difficulties in preparing a budget with the timetable that has been given to us by the government as a result of their late declarations of financial flows from Westminster towards this authority.
Thank you, Councillor Wilkinson. It's always a challenge when the announcements come from government, particularly, I think, in the last few years, because they're effectively one-year settlements, so more hinges on that information. And I think there was some pressure put in Parliament, I think, on government by a group of MPs, Conservative MPs, I believe, it was reported in the press, because there's obviously a local, what I would deem to be a local authority funding crisis. So any additional support we were going to get, we need to know about it, because obviously it affects our budgets. It's far too late in the process, really, and if I could change it, I would. It would make the transition and officers in the building a lot easier. Equally, having multi-year settlements would be preferable. Thank you, Councillor Wilkinson. Councillor Lucas.
Thank you, Deputy Leader. I hope this doesn't upset you, because I know what kind of person you are. And I hope it doesn't upset Paul Jones and other officers of the Council. But I cannot let this day and this budget go by without making the following comment. And that is, I work with the Local Government Association on different matters. And looking around the country, I see council after council after council that cannot meet its obligations, whether they are district councils, city councils, or county councils. And I look at what has been achieved here, and I cannot let the day go and the hour go without saying to you, to colleagues in the Cabinet, to council officers who have worked on this, what a damn good job you've done. Because here we are, not only able to look at investing in council housing, which most of the places in the country couldn't even dream of, but actually able to invest in our families, in our children, in our communities, in a whole host of organisations and facilities around this town that other places are closing down. So I cannot let this go without saying to you, as somebody who had a good deal of experience in finance in another place, thank you, because I know the commitment that that requires, I know the work that requires, and I know the thinking that requires. So thank you to you and to our officers.
Thank you, Councillor Lucas. Councillor Hay.
I just wanted to say thank you very much, Councillor Jeffries, for stepping in, and apologies for being a couple of minutes late, but better late than never.
Happy with your apologies. Thank you, Councillor Hay. Councillor Lucas, thank you for your kind words, and I'm sure you'll be able to replicate those in the budget full council meeting when we get to that in a couple of hours' time, but thank you for your kind words. Colleagues, I've got the recommendations laid out. Can I have a show of hands if you're happy to support? That is unanimous, I believe. Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 6, Housing Revenue Account revised forecast for 2023-2024 and the budget for 24-25. I won't repeat what I said earlier. I'll say why we're here in this meeting so late. Colleagues have had a chance to go through all the paperwork. Have any questions, colleagues? I have no questions, so our colleagues can see the recommendations as they're laid out. Can I have a show of hands if they're going to support? Thank you. And that is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on now to the briefing sessions. I'm hoping we can be light on this, but we've got our meeting in a few hours' time, but I will offer it around the room. I'm looking at colleagues in case somebody's going to indicate if they'd like to pop anything into the briefing sessions. No? Brilliant. There have been no cabinet decisions since the last meeting in February.